around the sides, around the back of the heel, right? And then you have to wait because it has to dry. So I'll just test it. I'll just touch it with my pinky, and if it's tacky, then you're good. If you touch it and it comes off and it's still wet, you gotta wait a little bit longer, okay? If you try to tape while it's wet, it won't stick, and it's not effective, and you just wasted your time. So what you'll do first is we're gonna put an anchor strip kind of around their heel. So we're gonna go from one side of the foot, and it's literally on the side. And it comes all the way around, and it comes back here to the side, right? So basically you can kind of see that's the joint line for those metatarsals. That's as far up as we're gonna go. You could go over them a little bit, but not too much, right? And we're gonna switch, we're gonna use half strips. So with a half strip, here's where it gets kind of confusing. You're doing a teardrop shape around their heel, and wherever you start, that's where you finish, okay? So you're gonna start on the side, on the anchor, it goes around their heel, and then you're gonna come straight back to the spot where you started, and it's gonna lay right back on that. So you see there's kind of a teardrop, right? And we're gonna alternate sides. So I'm gonna come to this side, put one on there, goes around their heel, it goes right back to where I started again, right? It's snug, but you're not pulling it super tight, okay? And you want these pieces to stay on that strip of tape that you started with. All right, now I said alternating sides, so I'm coming back to this side. Here's where it's different, right? Remember overlap by half? No, we're gonna go edge to edge. So wherever this edge is, I'm gonna put that outside edge next to it, right? So I'm gonna place that one there, and then I do the same thing. I go back to that tape, I come around, and I'm going right back to where it started again, and so you can see it starts to fan out just a little bit, right? And then I go this side, edge to edge, around here, I come back, it goes right over the top of that same one, so you can see, is it moving towards the middle? That's what I wanted to do, right? I come back to this side, edge to edge, around there, I lay that back on there, other side, around. And you notice I'm not really looking at their heel because I kind of know where I'm going. You may want to look at the heel to make sure you're putting it on the right spot. Right? Now, I got one more and then it'll meet in the middle. So I want it to be completely covering the bottom of their foot. So I come around there, it's back up, and what you see is a fully covered bottom of the foot with white tape, right? And there's no weak spots because it's all overlapping the way it's supposed to. And then we're gonna finish up a little bit. So I'm done with my half strips, I set that down, I come back to normal strips, right? We're gonna kind of build an arch into it on top of this. This is already an arch support, we're gonna have more. So right back here, where it crosses again, right? I'm gonna start with the middle of my tape there, going lateral to medial, and I kind of pull up on the back part of their arch, right? Give them a little extra support. Then I'm gonna lock those two things in place. So that first strip of tape that I did, I'm gonna do that again. So I'm starting right here. I go around over the back of their heel and up this way. Now I've locked those two pieces of tape down, and I've kind of put another piece of tape here that kind of spreads that pressure out for all those pieces of tape going on their heel, right? And then to finish, we're gonna do just a simple arch. So I'm gonna fill in the rest of the gaps in terms of the arch, right? So I'm going here, come up this way, and I can just work my way back until I've filled in that whole space, all right? Now, notice I got to sit down for this one. Here's the one tape job where it's nice. You get to sit because you're looking right there at the bottom of their foot, right? And that's it. Now when you're finished, that's what you should have. Everything's covered. You got that whole thing in there. All your stuff is anchored in, and you've got that simple arch to finish it off, okay? There it is.